The Laperle White House in Baguio City is a famous haunted house that has inspired several urban legends and ghost stories. The Laperle family, a prosperous family in Baguio City, constructed the Laperle White House in the 1920s. Several guerrilla fighters from the Philippines are said to have been tortured and slain in the basement of the home, which the Japanese army used as a garrison during World War II. The Laperle family returned to their home after the war, but they soon began to experience weird happenings and see ghosts and apparitions. The house was sold to several different owners in the 1950s, but none of them stayed there for very long because of the strange happenings and hauntings they reported. Visitors continue to describe unsettling feelings and ghost and spirit encounters even though the house was restored and made into a museum in the 2000s. Doors opening and closing by themselves, unusual noises, chilly spots, and the appearance of a woman in white and a Japanese soldier are just a few of the recorded paranormal activity at the home. The Laperle White House has appeared in a number of TV series and motion pictures, including the U.S. reality program, Ghost Hunters International, and the Philippine horror film, Sapi. The Laperle White House has been visited by numerous paranormal researchers and ghost hunters who are interested in documenting its hauntings and gathering otherworldly evidence. In Silay City, Negros Occidental, there is a historical home museum called Balay Negrense. It was built in the early 1900s by a wealthy sugar baron named Victor Gaston, and today, it serves as a museum showcasing the lifestyle and culture of Negrense aristocracy during the Spanish colonial period. While Balay Negrense is not typically associated with anything creepy, there are few potential creepy facts about the house. There have been reports of paranormal activity in the house, including sightings of ghostly apparitions and strange sounds. Like many wealthy landowners in the Philippines during the Spanish colonial period, Victor Gaston's wealth was built on the backs of enslaved or indentured laborers who worked on his sugar plantations. The house may serve as a reminder of the darker aspects of the country's history. Balay Negrense is home to many antique furniture pieces and artworks, some of which are said to be cursed or haunted. It's worth noting, however, that these creepy facts are largely based on hearsay and folklore, and may not have any basis in fact. Balay Negrense remains a fascinating historical attraction that provides visitors with a glimpse into the rich cultural heritage of Negros Occidental. The Diplomat Hotel is a four-star hotel located at Dominican Hill, Baguio City. The hotel has been around since the 1940s and is known for its unique architecture and luxurious amenities. However, many people don't know that this hotel has a rather creepy past. The hotel is well known for its strange atmosphere, so many believed it is haunted by the spirits of its former residents. It has been the site of numerous mysterious deaths over the years. In the late 1990s, several guests were found dead in their rooms with no explanation. The hotel staff and authorities were baffled as to what could have caused the deaths, and the case remains unsolved to this day. In the early 2000s, there were reports of strange noises coming from the hotel's basement, things moving on their own, and strange shadows seen in the hotel's hallways. Some guests reported hearing loud banging and screaming coming from the lower levels of the hotel. The hotel's gardens are also said to be haunted by the ghost of a woman in white. It is believed that she was a former guest who died in the hotel many years ago, and now her spirit lingers in the gardens. Many visitors have reported feeling an eerie presence in the hotel as if something or someone is watching them. Some visitors have reported seeing the ghost of a Spanish diplomat walking around the hotel's corridors. Many guests have reported feeling a cold chill in the air when entering certain rooms in the hotel. Finally, the hotel is also said to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. The Corregidor Hospital ruins serve as a painful reminder of both the horrors of conflict and the resilience of the Filipino people. It was a crucial barrier against Japanese forces during World War II. The place served as a hospital for the injured soldiers and civilians. The hospital was abandoned and left to the elements after the war. There is still a sense of sorrow and despair in the ruins. Graffiti on the hospital's walls serves as a reminder of the loneliness the island has suffered. The hospital's ruins serve as a strong reminder of the tragedy of war and the pain it causes to people. The Japanese-era assaults left many of the hospital's patients injured, and the walls still bear the scars of battle. Numerous ghost tales about the ruins center on the ghostly nurse, who is frequently depicted as roaming the hospital halls and attending to the injured. The cries and moans of the soldiers who died on the battlefield are claimed to still echo throughout the ruins, and it is also believed that the hospital is inhabited by their spirits. The ghosts of individuals who sadly died from their wounds while being treated in the hospital are also reported to haunt the hospital ruins. These ghosts are believed to walk the hospital's hallways and rooms seeking for comfort and understanding in the afterlife. The ruins serves as a powerful reminder of the heroism and bravery of those who fought and lost their lives in Corregidor's defense. The Malanta Tunnel in the eastern hill of Corregidor contains 869 individual chambers, each with its own purpose. During the war, many of these chambers were used as bomb shelters, storage rooms, and even a hospital. During the Battle of Corregidor, the place was used as a strategic hideout for the Philippine and American troops. It is said to be haunted by the ghosts of those who died in the Battle of Corregidor. Many visitors have reported hearing strange noises, seeing strange figures, and feeling an intense sense of dread. The tunnel was the site of Philippine President Manuel Quezon's death in August 1944. Some say that they can still hear his voice echoing through the tunnel. The place was also used as a prison by the Japanese during the war. Inmates were often tortured and killed in the tunnels. The Baguio Teachers Camp is a mysterious and creepy place. It was built in the early 1900s as a place for teachers to relax and take a break from their educational duties. However, since then it has become a site of strange happenings and eerie stories. One of the most famous stories is that of the White Lady. It is said that a young girl named Maria was murdered in the camp in the early 1920s. It is believed that her spirit still haunts the grounds of the camp, and some people have claimed to have seen her ghost roaming around. Another creepy story involves a mysterious figure known as the Man in Black. It is said that this figure is often seen around the camp at night, and he usually wears a long black coat and a hat. Some people believe that this figure is the spirit of a former teacher who died in the camp. Another creepy story associated with the camp is the crying baby. It has been reported by some visitors to the camp that they have heard a baby crying in the middle of the night. The story goes that the crying is coming from the ghost of a stillborn baby whose spirit is still lingering in the camp. The Red House is a large, imposing, and creepy red brick house located in the rural town of San Ildefonso, Bulacan. It is said to be haunted by the ghosts of the families who used to live there. The house was built in the 1800s and was used as a military barracks during the Philippine-American War II. It was later abandoned and left to crumble into ruin, becoming a haven for ghosts and other paranormal activity. The most popular legend associated with the Bahay na Pula is that of a young girl named Perla who was then murdered in the house. It is said that her spirit still lingers in the house, and those brave enough to enter may hear her crying at night. Other stories tell of a mysterious old man who is said to haunt the house, appearing mostly in the early mornings. The house is also said to be the site of strange occurrences, such as loud bangs and strange lights. It is also believed to be a portal to the spirit world, with many people claiming to have seen strange apparitions in and around the house. The house has become a popular destination for thrill seekers and ghost hunters, and it remains a creepy and a mysterious place. The Ozone Disco in Timog Avenue, Quezon City has a long and spooky history. The building was originally constructed in the late 70s as a movie theater, but it was quickly converted into a disco pub. It became a popular destination for young people who wanted to dance and listen to the latest music. However, it was also the site of one of the most tragic events in Philippine history. On March 18, 1996, a fire broke out in the building and killed 162 people. Since then, the Ozone Disco has become known as the Disco of Death, and it has become the subject of numerous ghost stories and urban legends. It is said that the spirits of those who lost their lives in the fire still haunt the building, and that their voices can be heard in the halls. It is also rumored that the lights in the disco flicker on and off randomly as if controlled by an unseen force. Many people claim to have experienced creepy phenomena in the ozone disco, such as cold spots, unexplained shadows, and strange noises. Some claim to have seen apparitions of those who died in the fire. It is said that most of these phenomena occur around the time of the anniversary of the fire, which serves as a reminder of the tragedy that occurred in the place. The ozone disco is now closed, but it remains a popular destination among thrill seekers and ghost hunters who are brave enough to enter the building and explore its haunted hallways. The Manila Film Center, found at the southeast end of the CCP complex, is a large movie theater built in 1981. It is one of the most iconic landmarks in the Philippines. Unfortunately, it is also one of the most haunted locations in the country. There are a number of creepy stories associated with the Manila Film Center. One of the most famous is the story of the workers who were buried alive during the construction of the building. It is said that during the construction, the workers were working in a hurry to finish the building and they neglected to provide proper safety measures. As a result, the ceiling of the building collapsed, burying the workers alive. It is said that their spirits still haunt the building to this day. Another creepy story is that of a woman who died while watching a movie. It is said that the woman was sitting in the middle of the theater when she suddenly collapsed and died. To this day, her ghost is said to haunt the theater, and visitors have reported seeing her ghostly figure roaming around the theater. Finally, another creepy story associated with it is that of a little girl who died during a screening of a horror movie. It is said that her ghost still haunts the theater, and visitors have reported hearing her crying and screaming during screenings. These are just a few of the creepy stories that surround the Manila Film Center. If you're brave enough, why not visit the theater and see if you can experience any of these spooky stories for yourself? The Clark Air Base Hospital was a medical facility located on the former U.S. military base in the Philippines. Built in 1941 and closed in 1991, it served as a medical facility for personnel stationed at the base. It was renowned for its state-of-the-art equipment and knowledgeable medical staff, but it also had a darker side. One of the most creepy facts about it is that it was the site of a number of medical experiments conducted by the U.S. military. In the 1950s, the hospital was the site of a number of experiments on the effects of radiation on the human body. It was also the place of a number of psychological experiments. These experiments ranged from the use of hallucinogenic drugs to the study of the effects of solitary confinement. Many of the subjects were not aware that they were participating in those experiments and were not given the opportunity to refuse. It was also the place of a number of paranormal activities. Many people who worked in the hospital reported seeing strange lights and hearing strange noises. Some reported seeing ghostly figures in the hallways. In addition, the hospital was the site of a number of unexplained deaths, with many of the victims never being identified. The Clark Air Base Hospital was eventually closed in 1991, but the mysteries and rumors surrounding it still remain. Many people still claim to have seen paranormal activity in the area, and the hospital continues to be a source of fascination for many. The Monghit Cave in Antique is believed to be one of the most haunted sites in the world. The cave is believed to be a portal to the spirit world. Locals claim that it is home to a variety of supernatural entities, such as witches, ghosts, and other creatures. The legend behind the cave is that it was once used by a group of witches as a place to practice their dark magic. It is said that the witches used the cave as a ritual site, performing human sacrifices and other acts of evil. The witches were eventually driven away by a group of villagers, but their dark influence is said to still linger within the cave. Many people who have explored the Monghit Cave claim to have experienced a variety of supernatural phenomena. Reports of strange noises, eerie lights, and a feeling of being watched are all common. Some visitors have even reported seeing figures moving around in the darkness, although no one has been able to confirm these sightings. The Monghit Cave is a source of great fascination for many locals who believe that it is a gateway to the world of the supernatural. Although no one knows what is really going on inside the cave, it is clear that it has a dark and mysterious history that continues to draw in curious visitors. The Ballot Drive is a mysterious, creepy road located in Quezon City. It is said to be haunted by many ghosts, some of which are called the White Lady and the Tikbalang. The area is supposedly filled with supernatural activity, making it a popular location for ghost hunters. The legend of the White Lady states that she was once a young woman who was killed in a tragic car accident along the Ballot Drive. It is said that if you drive along the road at night, you may see her ghostly figure walking along the side of the road. The Tikbalang, on the other hand, is a mythical creature from Filipino folklore. It is said to be a half-man, half-horse creature that lives in the woods and is known for its mischievous behavior. It is believed that the Tikbalang can be seen on Ballot Drive at night, and sightings of it have been reported by many people. Aside from supernatural activity, Ballot Drive also has a dark history. It is said that during World War II, Japanese forces used the area as a killing ground, and many people were slaughtered in the area. To this day, some people claim to still hear screams and gunshots coming from the area. The Ballot Drive is definitely a creepy road to drive on, and it's no wonder why it's been the subject of many horror stories. Even today, many people still feel uneasy when driving on the road, and it's best to avoid it at night time. Hyatt Terraces Baguio, also known as the Terraces Plaza, was a 12-story hotel located along South Drive in Baguio City. A 7.8 magnitude quake that hit Luzon on July 16, 1990, at precisely 3:26 p.m. split the ground beneath the hotel and abruptly brought all 12 stories collapse to the ground. At least 500 people died in the earthquake, including guests and employees. Many of them were trapped beneath the rubble. As the result of this tragedy, people claimed that they see mutilated persons cross the street. After the earthquake, the hotel was closed and left abandoned for many years. In 2003, the government decided to demolish the remaining structures of the hotel and turn the site into a memorial park to honor the victims of the tragedy. Also, taxi drivers always honk their horns as they pass the former Hyatt Hotel at night as a means of paying respect to the deceased.
Have you been to one of these places or maybe have explored all of them? Congratulations! Thank you for watching.